My name is Steve Maynard. I've been with GE for 12 years. I'm presently in the role of the Senior Applications Engineer for Military Systems, sometimes referred to as Senior Customer Leader.
My name is Randy Johnson. I work for GE Marine. This year I'm celebrating 2 anniversaries, 15 years with GE Marine and 20 years with GE Company.
My name is Rob Liner. I'm Program Manager for GE Marine. I've been with GE for about 21 years. The last 9 have been in my current position with GE Marine.
Right, so I was on Fletcher from 1990 to 1992.
February 1992.
That would have been in 1990.
When I first got on ship, one of the first people I met was Steve. He was an executive officer at the time.
I knew Randy and Rob with their involvement in the engineering department. They were at an echelon right below the executive department, and interfaced with them quite a bit. Rob was an officer, Randy was a senior enlisted, serving as engineering officer of the watch in the plant.
So Steve served as the executive officer, and he was basically in charge of taking care of the crew and making sure the crew did what they were supposed to do. And I learned that he's compassionate, he holds things to a very high standard, and it was a great guy to work with. The Fletcher had a reputation just like any other Spruance-class destroyer on the waterfront at that time.
So USS Fletcher DD-992 was one of the many Spruance-class destroyers built in the late 70s, early 80s. I believe Fletcher was commissioned in 1983.
It was a gas turbine powered ships. We had 4 LM2500 turbines. Its primary mission was anti-submarine warfare. We were part of Destroyer Squadron 31, based out of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The ship itself was one of the largest destroyers the U.S. Navy's ever constructed. It was about 9,000 tons, fully loaded, with fuel, ammunition, about 340 crew members, including an air detachment.
I think a big part of success in my current job is understanding the customer and understanding what the customer needs. So having that background, specifically dealing with LM2500s, but just the propulsion system on board the ship, and knowing how critical it is to have the reliability and maintainability of the engine.
I really do believe that's why GE brought me aboard, not just because of my gas turbine experience, but also because of the leadership experience I'd had with the Navy, leading guys like Rob and Randy.
I know how the customer uses these engines. I know what their requirements are. So I can translate the voice of the customer into my everyday tasks and even new product design. As you may or may not know, I led the development with some very, very, very sharp GE engineers to develop the new composite module that's out there today. What I did do is say, hey, the Navy would really like this feature or function, and the engineers I worked with went and figured out how to make that happen. So that's really where the benefit comes, is to bring the voice of the customer into what we do every day.
And working with the U.S. Navy, it's really rewarding if you're at a trade show or something like that, and anybody wearing a surface warfare insignia knows the LM2500 engine, and they're always very complimentary. Just the pride in being able to power a ship at over 30 knots, a Greyhound of the sea, with a turbine engine is really special for a lot of these engineers.